A massive Royal Rumble 2026 return spoiled. Brock Lesnar destroys Adam Pearce. Major debuts rumored to take place at Royal Rumble 2026. Jade Cargill fears she will get fired. Road Dogg fires back following a recent WWE controversy. The truth on AJ Styles' WWE retirement date being spoiled, and much more, starting with Brock Lesnar destroys Adam Pearce. Monday Night Raw this week will be live from Scotiabank Arena in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. This will be the final Raw before the superstars flow to Saudi Arabia for the Mega Royal Rumble PLE on January 31st, 2026. WWE Raw General Manager Adam Pearce has announced a #1 contenders fatal four-way match on Raw to determine challengers for the Usos, Jey and Jimmy Uso, tag team titles. Moreover, AJ Styles will be there to discuss his big match with Gunther at the Royal Rumble, on which his career will be on the line. The ending of tonight's Raw could be huge, as it's the final show of the Red brand before the mega event. We will list 4 endings to Raw before the Royal Rumble 2026. Number 1, CM Punk beats AJ Styles to retain his WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Although it's not official, there are chances that CM Punk might put his title on the line against AJ Styles on Raw this week. It's because Styles is nearly 1 match away from retirement, and he has never had a match against CM Punk in WWE. The company could book Punk's match against AJ Styles in the main event with the straight-edge superstar putting his title on the line. It's because that would be the only match Styles will have with Punk, because most probably he is going to lose to Gunther and retire at Royal Rumble 2026. Therefore, the main event of Raw this week could be CM Punk clashing against AJ Styles in a once-in-a-lifetime match. Number 2, Gunther attacks AJ during his potential match against Punk. Since Punk is expected to retain his title against AJ Styles if the match takes place, the most probable ending could be Gunther attacking Styles in the match, ending the contest in a DQ. The ring general will also be in the same building, and he can exchange fists with the Phenomenal before their mega clash at Royal Rumble 2026. Number 3, Brock Lesnar returns to WWE and F5's Pearce on Heyman's request. Brock Lesnar can also return on Monday Night Raw this week in the main event and end up giving an F5 to General Manager Adam Pearce. Lesnar is highly anticipated to be in the Rumble match in Saudi Arabia, and instead of arriving at the PLE on January 31st, the Beast Incarnate can return on Raw this week. Adam Pearce asked Paul Heyman last week to ask Braun Breaker to be there on Raw in Toronto. Breaker, who is currently suspended from the show, did not make an appearance last week. However, Heyman also told Pearce that he would do so, but Pearce should also put up his best behavior. The Wiseman could be hinting at something sinister for Pearce, and that could be Brock Lesnar returning and taking out Pearce. This segment could be used to write off the Scrap Daddy from TV, and Monday Night Raw can have a new GM after the Royal Rumble next week. Number 4, Roman Reigns makes a surprise appearance to confront CM Punk before the Royal Rumble. Roman Reigns is also expected to return at the Royal Rumble in Saudi Arabia, as the Big Dog also hasn't been seen since Survivor Series War Games last year. However, the OTC one can return on Raw this week and confront CM Punk for his World Heavyweight Championship. The Tribal Chief hasn't won the new World Heavyweight Championship, which was introduced in 2023. He can win the Royal Rumble this year and then challenge CM Punk for the World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania 42. Major debuts rumored to take place at Royal Rumble 2026. The beauty of recent Royal Rumble matches has included both stars returning to WWE or making their debut for the company. AJ Styles shockingly debuted for WWE by entering the 2016 Royal Rumble contest. NXT stars have made an impact over the last decade as the developmental territory gained more traction as a third brand. Jada Parker, Lash Legend, Stephanie Vacker, Roxanne Perez, and Julia all participated last year. The 2026 Royal Rumble should follow suit with a good focus on the future, mixing in stars from NXT with a few potential debuts. The next 5 debuts could take place at the 2026 Royal Rumble PLE. Number 1, WWE has already teased Obafemi's arrival. Alongside Javon Evans and Trick Williams, Obafemi dominated NXT over the last 2 years. Evans and Williams officially joined the main roster over the last month. Officials have aired vignettes for Femi's imminent arrival. The Royal Rumble is the perfect spot to debut such a star, so the former 2-time NXT champion could make a massive impact by participating. He competed against Cody Rhodes at Saturday night's main event in December. While that was his first main roster appearance, he was still associated with NXT. The same is true of Sol Ruca, as she had a few main roster appearances in 2025 while still in NXT. Number 2, Lola Vice brings her fist to the Royal Rumble. Lola Vice has been regularly featured in NXT over the last 3 years, but officials have opted against putting a belt around her waist. She's competed for the women's title a few times and would have been a logical successor to Jacy Jayne. Since she's essentially treading water, Vice debuting during the Royal Rumble is a no-brainer. She's also worked for Lucha Libre AAA, but is more than ready to challenge on the main roster. If Bookers used 5 women last year and opt for a similar amount this year, Vice must be among the names. Number 3, the glamour takes center stage at the Royal Rumble. Blake Monroe is ready-made for WWE's main roster, but the current crop of NXT talent could benefit from working with her. She has extensive experience in front of large crowds, having worked for AEW before coming to WWE. Every star who appears doesn't necessarily have to join the main roster after the event. However, Raw and SmackDown always need new faces, and Monroe is one of the most complete stars in NXT. Officials could opt to promote Monroe after she debuts in the Rumble. Number 4, Ricky Saints make an impact. Like Blake Monroe and other stars who joined NXT from AEW, Ricky Saints joining the main roster is just a matter of time. He's great on the mic and already a former NXT champion. With all the recent turnover, however, he's needed to help carry the brand. The Absolute One may vie for the vacant title, but should enter the 2026 Royal Rumble. He could set up many future feuds with stars like Aleister Black, Cody Rhodes, LA Knight, and others. Number 5, Powerhouse Hobbs runs through the competition. Once Powerhouse Hobbs signed with WWE, reports emerged stating that he'd be going straight to the main roster. If that's the case, his debut in the 2026 Royal Rumble seems like the perfect spot. He wouldn't have to wait for creative and could show casual fans what he's all about. Hobbs would be able to kick off his first potential feud with a star like The Miz, Penta, or Damian Priest. It shouldn't be much of a thought to introduce Hobbs to the casual WWE fans during the Royal Rumble. Jade Cargill fears she will get fired. Jade Cargill is currently portraying a gimmick in which she does what she wants without hesitation. However, while her character seems to be above the law right now, the Storm recently revealed that she can be fired if she ends up committing a botch involving her hair. The WWE Women's Champion was invited to the Sonicky podcast, where she said she has a hairstylist who accompanies her to every show. Jade Cargill said her hairstylist properly puts her wig on her head since she can't do it herself. The Storm said she spends a lot on her hairstylist because she's expensive, and the color of her wig also adds to the cost. However, Cargill noted that it's worth every penny because she knows she will get fired if her wig ever falls off during a match. It's a headache having long hair. It's expensive. This color is expensive. It's a headache. I do spend so much on my hair because I can't do hair. So, my woman Shanae B travels with me everywhere. Listen, my hairstylist is so expensive. You are expensive, but she's worth it. Because I will die if my wig ever comes off in a ring. I will probably lose my job. I will die. That's total embarrassment. And a lot of people don't know how wigs work. I have a cap under this. So imagine that, Cargill said. Cargill's hair is a prominent part of her wardrobe. Her hair makes her look like Storm from Marvel Comics' X-Men, which has inspired the nickname of the WWE Women's Champion. Last week's episode of SmackDown saw Jordynne Grace watching Jade Cargill's match against Chelsea Green from ringside. The Juggernaut and the Champ have had tensions even before Grace signed with the Blue brand. Moreover, the week before, Cargill was overseeing the former TNA Stars match with Green. In the final moments of the match, the women's champion asked Grace to look at her properly as she landed a powerbomb and jaded on Green in quick succession. Right after the Storm pinned the Hot Mess to win the match, the Juggernaut got on the apron with the mic. Jordynne Grace said she will win the 2026 Royal Rumble and then challenge Jade Cargill for the WWE Women's Championship. As a result, tensions between the two have escalated, and Grace doesn't just want to run the show on SmackDown, but also wants the world title. It would be interesting to see whether the former TNA star can win the Rumble. Samantha Irvin makes a return to wrestling. Former WWE ring announcer Samantha Irvin teased a potential new role for herself in professional wrestling. Irvin surprisingly decided to exit the company in October 2024. The 37-year-old responded to a fan on social media who complimented her work on the microphone. She thanked the fan for their support and suggested she would be even better with the mic as a manager. "Thank you so much. I promise I will bring even more gusto to the mic when managing talent," she wrote. Another fan suggested that Ricochet's return to WWE would be great with her as the veteran's manager. Samantha Irvin shot down the fan's suggestion and claimed she would be a poor manager if she told him to return to the promotion. However, she did tease the potential of her working with Ricochet in the future. "I would be a bad manager if I advised him to return, but us together will be historic. I do believe that," she wrote. Ricochet departed WWE in June 2024 and currently performs in All Elite Wrestling. He captured the AEW National Championship at Full Gear 2025 and still holds the title in the promotion. Wrestling veteran Vince Russo recently pitched the idea of Samantha Irvin working as a manager in the wrestling business. Speaking on Writing with Russo, the legend claimed that anybody could be a ring announcer. He praised Irvin's talent and suggested that she could be successful as a manager. Yeah, if I was her, I would use her as a manager before anything. Anybody can ring announce, bro. I mean, she was a good ring announcer, but come on, let's face it, anybody can ring announce, Russo said. WWE ring announcer. Alicia Taylor announced that she could not make it to tomorrow's edition of Raw in Canada due to her flight being canceled. She revealed that Lillian Garcia would be serving as her replacement for tomorrow night's show. Only time will tell what the future holds for Samantha Irvin, and if she will become a manager in 2026. Road Dogg fires back following a recent WWE controversy. Road Dogg fired back at a fan today on social media. The legend serves as Senior Vice President of Live Events and is also part of the writing team on SmackDown. Season 2 of WWE Unreal on Netflix delved into R-Truth's contract situation last year, which saw the legend announce his departure from the company, only for him to return at Money in the Bank 2025. Road Dogg noted during the reality show on Netflix that the R-Truth situation broke his heart, but it made perfect business sense at the time for the company not to renew his contract. He took to social media to promote SmackDown last night and got a message from a fan claiming that he should be fired. The 56-year-old responded to the fan with a humorous message, "That's what y'all are thinking? Wow. I appreciate y'all thinking of me, especially a legend of the NWA," he wrote. The promotion is building towards Royal Rumble 2026 this Saturday in Saudi Arabia. Sami Zayn won a fatal four-way match at Saturday night's main event and will be challenging Drew McIntyre for the undisputed WWE Championship at the PLE next weekend. R-Truth recently spoke highly of Road Dogg and thanked him for helping him early in his career. Speaking on WWE Unreal, R-Truth stated the Hall of Famer helped him when he gave up on the wrestling business. And he will always appreciate that. Like I said before, Dogg is. He don't realize where I was at. You know what I'm saying? Like, he don't. He think he know and like, we're brothers, but like, bro, I had given up when I was in Memphis, man. He took me under his wing, dog. He took me under the wing. He took care of me. He would jeopardize his man. Like to speak for me. So yeah, he'll always have a spot with me, Truth said. It will be interesting to see if the company has anything substantial planned for R-Truth moving forward. The truth on AJ Styles' WWE retirement date being spoiled. AJ Styles confirmed he would be retiring in 2026. New details have come to light regarding his retirement date. AJ Styles has decided to put his career on the line against Gunther at the Royal Rumble after agreeing to the latter's stipulation. Although Styles confirmed last year that he would be retiring in 2026, many fans found it hard to believe that he would retire at the beginning of the year. However, Shinsuke Nakamura put out a post on Instagram where he revealed he had a conversation with Styles last year, and the Phenomenal One told him he would be retiring at the Royal Rumble. This pretty much told fans that Royal Rumble would be Styles' final WWE match. Nakamura has since taken down his post. During a recent edition of Wrestling Newsletter's Daily Update, it was reported that Styles legitimately told Shinsuke Nakamura that he was finishing up at the Royal Rumble, and it wasn't a planted story. It was also reported that the finish of the match could be changed, but that would mean Gunther losing, which would go against WWE's plan. Regarding the Shinsuke Nakamura Instagram post regarding AJ Styles and that he was retiring at the Royal Rumble, he later took that down. It was legit in the sense Styles did tell him he was finishing up at the Rumble. It wasn't a planted story so they can say they fooled the internet. That doesn't mean they can't change it, but to do so Gunther would have to lose, and that was not the plan. Nick Aldis invited AJ Styles to SmackDown last week. When the Phenomenal One arrived on the show, Shinsuke Nakamura confronted him and told him he wanted to face him at Saturday night's main event. Styles agreed to the match. During the bout, both men delivered an exceptional performance in the ring. However, in the end, Styles walked away with the win. Both Styles and Nakamura shared a heartwarming moment in the ring after the match. It will be sad to see Styles retire at the Royal Rumble. A WWE Hall of Famer urged to never step inside the ring again. A WWE Hall of Famer has been urgently advised to drop his plans to wrestle again, as it could be very detrimental to his health. On a recent episode of his Storytime with Dutch Mantel podcast, the former manager said that Jerry Lawler should not even consider lacing up his wrestling boots again. Lawler has been struggling with several health issues of late. The legendary commentator suffered a third stroke in September 2025, which has unfortunately left him colorblind. However, he's not among those to give up and even suggested in an interview that he intended to have one final match before calling it quits. Dutch Mantel, however, believed Jerry Lawler shouldn't put his body at risk. The former WWE manager stated that Lawler was not in any shape to enter the ring again, and that if he did, he could be putting his life in serious jeopardy. I don't think he's in any kind of shape to have a singles match, but I would be very interested in seeing it. But then you have an issue that has to be looked at. What if he dies in the ring? Which is possible. I think that would be a very appropriate place for him to go, which is really sad, but then it's not sad if you think about it. He would enter another form of the stratosphere called history. I mean, he would always be remembered as dying in the ring. After Lawler's comments went viral, the internet went into speculation mode regarding whether WWE would grant him his wish to have a final match. Fightful Select soon shared an update on the global juggernaut's stance. It was noted that there was a 0% chance the company would let Jerry Lawler wrestle. Considering he's 76 years old and battling a myriad of health issues, it's for the best that Lawler shelves his comeback plans and instead focuses on recuperating. A massive Royal Rumble 2026 return spoiled. We are just a few days away from the WWE Royal Rumble 2026 Premium Live event. As every year, fans expect surprises and returns to unfold in the traditional Rumble matches. Amid this, it seems the Stamford-based promotion may have subtly spoiled a massive Rumble return for the upcoming Saudi Arabia Premium Live event. Recently, development images of the Royal Rumble stage surfaced online. Fans noticed that in one of the images, LA Knight's signature phrase, "Yeah," was visible on a soft board near the stage construction. The presence of the "Yeah" signature board subtly confirms that the former US champion will make his return at Royal Rumble 2026 and is likely to be part of the Men's Rumble match. A few weeks ago, Knight was destroyed by the Vision members on Monday Night Raw. Bronson Reed and Logan Paul assaulted him backstage and crashed him into a car's roof. So it seems that after being on a weeks-long hiatus from WWE television, LA Knight is set to enter the traditional Men's Rumble match. If Knight enters the over-the-top rope battle, the 43-year-old star might eliminate Braun Breaker from the Rumble match. The Vision member is currently one of the hottest stars on Monday Night Raw. Given his recent development, Breaker is considered one of the favorites to emerge victorious in the Men's Royal Rumble bout. With the unfinished business between Knight and the Vision faction, the megastar might throw Braun out of the match and eliminate him. This could be done to set the stage for a match between them at WWE Elimination Chamber 2026 PLE. Not only LA Knight but also Roman Reigns is slated to make his comeback at the upcoming Saudi Arabia Premium Live event. During the latest episode of SmackDown, WWE announced that the OTC will enter the 30-man Royal Rumble match. Also, like LA Knight, Roman Reigns' signature phrase prop, "We the Ones," was spotted in images of the Rumble stage construction. This confirms that Roman and Knight will not only return in the traditional match, but may also make special entrances using these signature props.